Sonata hybrid. Oh, it's not Sonata. It's Sonata hybrid. Sonata hybrid. This Alero hoe. This is an Alero hoe. Son of a bitch. I probably would have made that, but I didn't feel like going to brown. So I make motovlogs, like, you know, here and there, and I don't have a lot of views at this point in time, but to the people that do watch them, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm glad to see you out here doing your thing. I do not want to go that way. I've decided that that's a stupid idea. Let's admire my GoPro. Oh, look at it. All go-y and fro-y. I don't know, I guess I'll talk about cameras. Let's talk about motherfucking cameras. So before I actually started doing this, before I actually started the vlogs, I did a hell of a lot of research about cameras. I thought about getting the Sony, I thought about getting a Contour, but what really got me about the GoPros, the reason I got a GoPro, is because you can mount them on your chin and it's relatively a low profile mount. You know, you're not sticking out like, because you ever see the big ones where like you mount them on the side of your helmet and they stick out like 6 inches off of your head, and people mount them above them and people mount them to the fucking left side and all this bullshit. But you know, I think that that's too fucking bulky, and I think that's kind of dangerous. Not for you, like, physically, but if you had a fucking accident, you'd lose your fucking GoPro, or you'd lose whatever your fucking camera is. Probably end up breaking it. And I feel like where it's at, because where mine is, if you see, it's on the front, mounted, and I got the wire right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I got the wire for my chin. So if the mount does fail, the GoPro is only going to go about 6 inches from my helmet, if that. And, you know, I'll pull over and try to fix it, or try to adjust it so it doesn't get any worse. But I bought a GoPro just because it's easy to get mounts and parts for them. I thought about getting a Contour, but it wasn't really what I wanted, because I don't really like the side angle with the helmet in the picture. And Contours, you can't run a mic. You can, but you'd have to actually modify the device itself. You'd have to like take it apart and solder fucking wires and do all that shit. And I really wasn't into that. Like, I mean, I can do it, but I thought that for this application particularly, I thought that it would have been just, you know, more shit that was going to get in the way, more shit that could get fucked up. Because if you pull the solders out, if you pull the wires out of where you soldered them to the board, you'll have to take it apart and do it again. And I'm not really... I wanted something that was made to run a mic into, and not with a USB adapter. I wanted the mic to plug directly into it. So I got a Hero2. And I don't know, with the Hero2, I know people are like, oh, you got the older one, because, you know, it's not as nice as a Hero 3 or a Hero 4, but it suits the purpose that I'm using it for. And actually, it was because of Cycle Cruiser made a video, and he said, you know, basically just about the two having the microphone input and how convenient that is. So, and that was like, I watched a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of mounting videos, and how to mount different cameras, and how people mount their GoPros into different kinds of helmets, and blah blah blah. And I mean, it was kind of interesting, because this started in, I want to say November of 2014 was when I really was like, I should buy a camera like this so I can make these videos. And I thought, you know, this was not, I thought I was only going to do it like once a month and blah blah blah. I still kind of have a hard time coming up with stuff to talk about, but I think it's because I'm still kind of a noob, and that'll probably come in time. Because I gotta get used to fucking talking to myself. Normally, when I ride my bike, I fucking have my headphones on, and I don't make any sounds. Like, I don't speak, I don't fucking sing, I might say like, oh shit, if something's about to, like something fucked up about to happen, but I don't talk much when I ride my bike. So this is kind of, but I like it because this is kind of relaxing, you know, because I'm sitting here talking to fucking hypothetical motherfuckers that may or may not be listening, which I think is kind of cool. So anyway, but that's beside the point. I bought a GoPro Hero2, I guess is what I'm getting at. And like I said, it's the older model. I think it only has a 10 megapixel or an 8 megapixel sensor. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do know that the Heroes have a 12 megapixel sensor, I believe. And the Hero 3s have a 12 megapixel sensor. I also have a Hero 3 because I wanted to get a separate angle and maybe like mount it to my handlebars, or I don't know. I have a lot of other applications for these cameras, which if you can't tell by looking at my YouTube channel, I've used them for a number of other things. I have a lot of stuff. I'm really into like making movies, and it's never been a career for me. I never went to film school or anything, but I do like, you know, I like getting my friends together and we'll write a little fucking story and maybe shoot some skits or something. I don't know. I mean, it's all kind of part of the same thing. But I will say one thing though, as far as this GoPro thing is concerned, I have never seen so many people like just eyeball me, right? Like driving. People look at you like, what the fuck? Why is that on your helmet? To which I say, mind your fucking business. Not really, but you know, I don't know, go find me on YouTube. Some guy at the gas station in my last video, he was like, oh, you got that? What's that for? I said, I put videos on YouTube. And then I gave him my fucking username. Who knows if he ever looked it up and found it? I don't know. I don't really care. Because I don't feel like I don't make my videos, like, at this point, I don't make them for other people. I'm really just making them for me. Because I think that, you know, I just thought it would be cool. Hey, there's the Harley dealership if you're into that. But, I just thought it would be cool to like have a log of all my different trips. Oh shit, they make minivans where the fucking windows go down? The fuck? I've never seen that. Or I just don't pay fucking attention, because I don't really pay attention to a lot of things. Pay attention to the road though.